Hello everyone, I'm Richard Hazuki1, and what I have today to present on my YouTube channel is a magazine page that I purchased from Etsy.com. I'll be leaving a review on this online. So as you can see here, if you look here, it's titled Shenmue 2 for the Sega. Sega is the brand that created the video game. They're the creators of this. I'm the creator of this, actually. I am messaging Yu Suzuki at times, wanting to believe that he would acknowledge me as official. Yes. Now, whatever Shenmue Dojo says, just know that they have yet to come to terms with me, with who I am in the Shenmue group. In the, how to really explain it. I am Ryu Hazuki, the real Ryu Hazuki. Now, okay, to zoom in here, I might as well say it anyway. My own brother is Ren of Heavens. This is what people are not knowing about my own brother. He's an artist, a fine artist. I'm not going to reveal his identity, but he's actually the likeness, according to Sega, of Ren of Heavens. Yes. Okay. So I was never compensated or paid anything for doing this for Shenmue. Now, to my knowledge, I met it. How to explain this? So yes, to my karate teacher, I did meditate, and I did discover knowledge spiritually. I found out some truths about people and truths about myself and truths about reality that the neighbors are actually the people from karate class in 1995. Yes. So this is my karate teacher from that year. I'm acknowledging. To me, he's like a likeness of Guizhang. Okay, now I want to say I do understand how to really explain it. I know, I understand that there's a disclaimer about Shenmue. Oh, I hate to poop on Shenmue Dojo's party. I hate to poop on the disclaimer of Shenmue. I don't know who's representing the Shenmue disclaimer more. Is it YSNet or is it AM2 or is it Sega or who's really representing the Shenmue disclaimer? Who are the ones that are representing this? Because this is the problem I have with the disclaimer. I am the likeness, the intellectual property owner, the rightful one of this Ryo Hazuki. As you can tell, let me explain it clearly. There's actually in Michigan, Southgate, Michigan location, there was a store, and there was a time when I was a little boy, like when I was a child, rather say as a child. I don't like saying little boy. It's funny. Baby boy Rio, whatever. Okay, me and my brother, my parents took us to this store called Montgomery Ward's, and we were children still. We don't settle down. We're real active. We're jumping up in the air, hanging off of a basketball hoop that we raise and lower with a clothing pole or something, some kind of clothesline pole. I don't know where we got this pole, but it's just in the backyard in Melvindale, Michigan, and whatever. I mean, I don't know what to do with it, so it's there. There's no there's no laundry. How to say it? No laundry line to hang your clothes up. So I just would raise and lower this basketball hoop from, it's like from the store, and it helped me to want to jump. It helped me to want to move around and spin and everything. So this is like part of the making of Shenmue, Ryu Hazuki. You know, the reason why Shenmue 3 is like a not very impressive, it's simply this. The talent in Shenmue 2 and 1, okay, so this is Shenmue 2, but like Shenmue 1 and 2, the talent of Ryu Hazuki is just not present. So I have to say, according to Shenmue Dojo, what they're claiming about Shenmue 3 Enhanced being so wonderful, they've got it all wrong. That game is terrible. Shenmue 3 is terrible. There's only one reason why. I am not officially directing Shenmue 3. Those are my ideas transferred through friends and family that I know of in my life. The idea, like, it's kind of like Bethesda. You know, I mean, we all wanted Shenmue 3 to really explain it. They've even changed the S in Shenmue 3. Notice this is a cursive S. Notice that the new S is the S. Well, I had a friend that I don't talk to right now, but he did change the S. I don't believe it should have been changed to that because it's not original. So that's like the only reason why I don't agree with the new S for Shenmue. Do I have it here? Let me see if I have it. The new S. Yep, I do. Okay, notice this S. See what I'm saying? Cursive S. That's like a, well, I'm not gonna say what I'm really thinking, but it's a different kind of an S. Almost like another language. In a way. But like, see, this is like the original S. Now they don't teach cursive anymore. See, Shenmue is like an American martial art in a way. Has anyone ever heard of Ed Parker and Kempo Karate, the history about karate in America? See, this is a karate guy to begin with. Ed Parker should be special to him. Elvis Presley also knew Kempo Karate. Corey Marshall knows Kempo Karate. Now, I had studied Kempo Karate a little on my own, but, you know, I'm just naturally gifted to do that anyway. Kyokushin, Taekwondo, all those arts, they're all in this Shenmue style. The one I created, the Hazuki style. So these are my creative works. I prove these things, these claims are proved. I don't want to call them things. These claims are proved in the, how to explain it. Sega should have records of my talent. I mean, I don't believe the teachers are going to say to me that, oh, we can't find your proof, Ryan. We don't want you to go crazy. And if that's the case, they're probably going to get arrested, those karate teachers, because I'm not lying. And so I don't want my teachers to get arrested. There's no reason why I would be arrested. The biggest problem is I'm not wanting to live like a life without women. I mean, it's just, the problem is I'm a Shaolin Kung Fu practitioner in some ways that year, 1995. Somehow, okay, you know how like Shaolin monks don't have sex, but they're real badass in the martial arts. Now, that's only if you have the talent, if you can prove the talent, if you can acquire it. If you don't already have it naturally, you have to prove these things on your own. It's a Sioux art that I created, my own jiu-jitsu system. So I went down to Metro Jiu-Jitsu the other day, and I spoke with a guy named Jimmy, friendly guy, martial arts teacher too, I believe. I did explain to him that I created the Hazuki style, and I told him how I created it. It's funny because I used to watch Adult Swim, and you notice how after the tsunami, okay, after the program would show, and then would Tsunami would or Cartoon Network on channel 47 in our community. Funny, it's 47, but notice how it's say, wah, 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 ah, 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 stupid monkey. Wah, 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 stupid monkey. Stupid monkey. All right, so, like, it's reminding me of something more, but like, I might as well say what I'm thinking. And I did tell this guy's name's Jimmy, so I told him what I'm thinking about that. I mentioned Ong Bak the movie. If you pay attention to the movie Ong Bak, in the beginning, they have all these guys, these Thai practitioner guys. They're lined up. They're ready to start to go. What it is, there's like this rag or a sash that they're after on top of a tree. They're in Thailand. Okay, so what happens is they all are racing to get up to the top of the tree and get the sash and be the first one to claim the sash. So that's got me thinking about this Ong Bak in some ways. So they're all rushing up the tree. What they are doing, they're running up the tree, they're climbing it, running it up, and anything to get the sash. The one who has a sash in the end is Tony Jaa. And so he claims something about, I don't know what it is, like, I'm thinking like he's leading the village. He's leading the elders or something in the village. So, all right, so, how to really explain this. See, there's been people in my life that would not tell me nothing about Shenmue. And now they're guilty, actually, but I don't know what to tell them because they don't talk to me. They just want it to be all about themselves. This Shenmue and Sega, and they want to say, hey, that's only about us. You notice that video game called Yakuza Codename Joe Ryu? That's saying something to me, maybe, but like, all right, well, I'm not wanting to give this credit to teachers that don't give a damn about me, it seems, the whole time. And I don't want to offend you guys, but you need to talk to me and you need to tell me the truth. No, nobody wants to do that. So there's a problem I have, a serious problem with this federation that I train karate under and martial arts. And what are they going to do for me? They can't do nothing for me. Poland has how many trillions of US dollars from this degree? Is that what it's from? Is that what I made? Trillions of US dollars and it went to Poland? Now, why would Ryuzuki be a guy from Poland? You see what I'm saying? I know who these guys are. I know who their likenesses are. Let's talk about these people. That guy in the center is a kid named David Prince. This is a kid named Kevin Futo, one of my neighbors. Are you still in Michigan? He's a French person. There's me. That's Ryan Salazar. Michael Salazar. Who's this? A girl named Nikki. There was in Melvindale, Michigan. All right, so notice, let me explain this. In Korea, there's this famous K-pop singer. His name's Henry. But I don't know why they call him Henry. He's like a romantic lover, cool guy in Korea, South Korea. Bae Susie's real sexy looking, I mean, I like Bae Susie, but like, I know he likes Bae Susie. I mean, how to say it? I like oranges, you like oranges. I like apples, you like apples. Everybody likes fruit. Everybody likes money. Everybody likes, wealth, power. What am I going to tell people? So like, that's what I'm saying here. It's like, you like oranges, I like oranges. All right. That's why people share oranges or share fruit with each other at times. So this kid in the middle was a kid from our class. And he looks like that to me. That looks like David Prince. I don't know why. And this kid looks like Kevin Futo. Yeah, he had a face just like that. He's one of my friends in Melvindale. There are these cats at a house. There's like a mother, and she had a few daughters. There's this gray cats or something like. I had a gray cat, and we named it Max. But there are also more cats at times. My aunt used to bring over rabbits to our house in Melvindale, and I would take care of the rabbits. There's some kind of video about Shenmue, I noticed, with it's Joseph's Noodles, and I did actually take care of rabbits. A little boy, my aunt used to bring over these rabbits in a cage, and my parents, I guess they just didn't want us to keep the rabbits, so I took care of them, but then they went back to wherever they came from. So yeah, I don't know why I was taking care of rabbits. My aunt used to bring them over on Henry Street. Okay, the street's name is Henry. I'm thinking the K-pop singer Henry, or and then I lived on a street named Henry Street, 18883 Henry Street, Melvindale, Michigan, 48122 zip code. My landline phone number was 1313 386 0608. It's like this Shenmue. So many of these claims I have the likeness of this Shenmue. Another claim. Now to me, see, he's not wearing a Band-Aid there. There's no Band-Aid in Shenmue on Ryo's face. All right, so let's zoom in here a little more. See that? They're not really showing it, but it's supposed to be medical tape. And this is the problem. This is not a problem, but it's not a problem. But it's just saying the truth here. I used to wear medical tape on my face when I had bad acne or whatever it is, but I never see. My federation doesn't teach us to fight. So if I was like a real ruthless fighting killer kind of a guy, I could have gotten away with fighting because these are police that were standing up for me. But I just didn't want to kill people with karate. And that's the truth. I felt like my talent, my gift was so powerful, so deadly that I would kill people. And too many kids would die at my hands and feet. Too easily they would be dead people right away. So I didn't want to kill people. So I chose not to use karate. So how to explain it. The karate teacher always used to say it's the bigger man that walks away from a fight, and he always used to say it's the true martial artist who walks away first. Now, to me, what I've learned personally, what I believe, it's the true martial artist who teaches himself martial arts. It's the true martial artist who earns his respect on his own. So ultimately, I've been trying to earn my respect through these dons on my own, and I believe I did. See, I did. So they used to say we have high hopes for Ryan Michael Salazar. Mr. Salazar, we have high hopes for you. There's a guy in the Philippines with this name, Ryan Salazar. Also, my new name was to be Ryo Hazuki. The karate teacher did say that to me in 1995. I'm willing to fly. Yep, see, fly. Okay, ignore the water bottles. Got a little mess there. At least it's at least it's wrapped up. But I'm willing to fly, and I can fly. I'll fly around the world, whatever it takes. This patch, this is something I have. It came from England. This is something I want to put on the next Shenmue jacket I wear. I'm gonna get. This is like a rare Shenmue patch. Notice the border is dark brown. Well, this is the color of Ryuzuki's eyes. My eye color, in a way. Ryozuki is not Japanese. Has anyone heard of American karate, Kempo? Well, he's American because he's me. So I don't know how to tell people that think he's supposed to be Japanese. He could be, but maybe I'm Japanese too, and I just don't know that really. And that's really telling the truth here. I don't know what nationality I am. Somebody at the gym told me, I should go to ancestry.com and look into what nationality I am. 'Cause I'm starting to have my doubts some days. And so this picture here, like, this is something that, I purchased from Etsy.com before. They should make more of these, like, they should, but doesn't mean they're going to. See? So, Now, like, I know, like, mostly I might have a few freckles on my skin, here and there, but, like, well, maybe it's because of age or whatever, but, like, nobody stays the same all the time, like, see my hands, look at me, see that? Now, there's a guru that recommended, from my karate teacher, an Indian guru that recommended that I get a palm reading. I had a palm reading before at this private school, and I think they told me something that's going to really offend people. That I don't know if it would offend people, but whatever they said is like I had a very, very special life purpose or something more to myself. I don't really remember what they told me at the private school, but I do remember there's this woman that gave me a palm reading, and after meditating, I remembered that again. So it's not that I don't have my life purpose in me, but it's, that I'm not living it because, I have not availed myself enough to the Catholic denomination, the faith. Like, that's like a universal religion and faith for, the planet, Catholicism. And the other one is, what's the other biggest one? Islam and Catholicism. So Islam and Christianity are the two greatest, the most, like the most vast religions in the world, the greatest population. There's a lot of people that are Christian or Catholic. So it's like the Catholic faith is the one that's, people are more following than the other forms of Christianity. And then there's Islam, and then there's Buddhism. Probably Buddhism is like the third, or whatever. But there's a lot of people in Asia. You know how many people there are in Asia? A lot of people in Asia. So, like, all these things I'm saying here, they're true because they make a lot of sense. You have to do your research to know what I'm talking about, and it doesn't, these are like correlations in a way you could say. They're truths, they're not lies. So there's like a florist on Henry Street. At the end of the street, I think I was there once or twice or whatever, but like this girl from class, from art class, and she gave me an amulet at one time. That's all I'm going to say. Long time ago. Yeah, she went to Canada. It's the last I remember. Yeah, so there's that. Now, let me explain this. My talent came from being inspired. Let me explain this here. Who's ever, I don't want to explain it. I'm just wanting to say this. This is the truth about myself that is really like an origin about the martial arts, these old school martial arts. I just, how to explain it. It's not that I don't want to discredit Jean-Claude Van Damme or nothing, but like, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Van Damme, a lot. But like, what I'm saying is that my talent is just in me, I think, anyway. My whole life, I've aspired, I've wanted to do the martial arts, but I was a baseball player when I was younger. You know how, like, okay, so in the Hispanic culture, you take what you're given. You don't just, how to say it, beggars can't be choosers, or whatever. I don't know. whatever I'm taught. It's like, so this is what I'm saying. I take what I'm given. I have to accept what there is to eat, even though if I don't want to. That's why Ryuzuki's not Polish. That's why Ryuzuki's not Arabic. Arabic kids get what they want. Polish kids get what they want. Their parents just give them those things. So he's not going to be Arabic or Polish. Polish parents are really generous, nice, loving to their kids. Mexican, Latin parents might be different. And my parents are old school Southwest Detroit parents. And they're like Motown thinking parents. So I've got parents from Detroit, the D. And they're very different, very old school. So I don't, how to say it, I care about my parents, my family. But what people may not understand about me is that it's like they're always in Detroit. They're always from that part of the, Wayne County. Where I'm living here in Riverview, I moved from Melvindale, Michigan, the small city with a big heart, to Riverview, Michigan. So, the way this Rizuki, the real Rizuki, my family doesn't just give me what I want because I'm suffering or special. No. Everything I have in life, I worked hard for. I earned from work. Like these shoes, I bought these shoes from Hub. I paid for my Hapkido classes, my training. I bought these for $70 from the martial arts school at the time. I never used them in tournament, but they could have been used in a tournament, but they were not. My talent was with me, my powerful martial arts gift, for 5, 6, 7 months. It might have, I don't know how long, but like I could utilize this talent a lot in 5 or 6 months, especially. But after that, it wasn't with me. It's like, how to explain it? I used to suffer from anxiety, so it's my personal belief that, it's this, like as soon as I have sex, I'm a virgin man. Let's be honest. I'm a virgin man, but I get erections all the time, or sometimes. I mean, I get them a lot. I get erections. So as soon as I have sex with a healthy girl, healthy female, and maybe a 10 or 20 or a 21,000 of them, I am Ryuzuki. As long as I can have sex and healthy sex, I'm going to be this guy a lot easier, a lot sooner in some ways. It's not going to give me a heart attack. It's not going to kill me, but it's like, this is the problem I have. Being sexually frustrated, even in 1995, I was sexually frustrated a lot. It's not that I didn't want to date these beautiful girls that were interested in me, but like, people are thinking I'm like a Shaolin Kung Fu guy. If I do say that, and I do say that because I have studied that. I've studied Confucianism and other things that year, but I didn't understand what my cure was for my problem. I thought maybe, well, let's study Christianity too. Let's study Islam a little or something. And whatever I studied, I couldn't find the cure for my anxiety condition. So what happened is I took this I took medication that was like anxiety pills. How to explain it? I took Buspar and Klonopin. Buspar and Klonopin in the year of 1995. And I still did these amazing moves. So I'm like a spiritual martial artist that year. I used to even read the Bible or the Torah, like I was a very spiritual, powerful, training, badass martial arts sensation of the Ryo Hazuki, the only one in the world. This is a Kempo artist also. The way of the empty hand. Notice he doesn't have a knife. He has his hands. He has his feet. He has his body. His body is his own weapon. That's what I am too. Even today, I can be this guy but I've got to have money, power, the respect I earned from that year. I've been waiting, how to say it, I've been waiting to know the truth through meditation because the people I knew in my history wouldn't speak up. They wouldn't talk. Nobody talks to me. So I'm left here, Joy is like, well, don't talk about joy, but it's the problem here. It's the problem. All these things I know, it's like rushing in, so I have to slow down here. Slow way down, because it's going to make people freak out a little. But I don't want people to freak out. It's just, I know about this video game. I know about the disclaimer. And I know how to explain it. I can definitely understand why there's a disclaimer. Now, if this guy, Kevin Futo, was compensated, I messaged him on Facebook. He didn't message me back. I don't know what became of him. I believe he's at, was it Ypsilanti College? I don't know. I messaged him. He just didn't say nothing back. I remember his dad was this cool French guy. I remember on his garage, there was this big F for his last name standing for Futo. I always remember him from Melbourne, though. Now, yeah, I remember something. I remember that. I don't want to say what else I remember. Get ahead of myself. So, there's a lot I know about Shenmue. There's even more and more. I don't know how much I really know about Shenmue, but I think I can never say everything I know in one video because I know so much information about this video game and how the project was created. Yes. So how to explain it? I'm gonna try to start sending Yu Suzuki messages. There's like a misunderstanding in my history from Melvindale, Michigan. Now, Mr. Yu Suzuki came to Strong Junior High Middle School one time. Him and his wife were there. Maybe more people were there. I saw what his wife looked like on YouTube in one of the videos they have of Yu Suzuki representing Shenmue. And that's the same woman that was at the school. Now, how to explain this? There's a misunderstanding about that this day, and I didn't know who Yu Suzuki was in 1995. I had no idea. I remember this guy looked a lot younger, and he was Mr. Yu Suzuki. So what happened, let me explain this very briefly. There's like a misunderstanding about something. I wanted this to blow out of proportion, but okay. There's like these police that always come into the. Let's pull this here anyway for show. There's these police. They always come to the school. These cops, police, whatever, So these policemen, they're always like in the hallway, with their German Shepherd dogs, and they're what they're doing. They're like 95, huh? What they're doing, let me talk about that now. They're German Shepherd dogs. They're monitoring the hallways, but what they're doing, they're not monitoring. Okay, they're monitoring like the lockers or something. That's what I meant to say. They're monitoring the lockers in the hallways. These police with German Shepherd dogs, big dogs. They crap a lot. They eat a lot. They're big. They're like monsters. They're dogs. Big dogs. There's big dogs and little dogs, and these are bigger dogs. These dogs are meant for combat. These German Shepherds. So, how to really personally explain this here? So these dogs, they use these like for the police. It's common sense for canine units. Okay, so that's just common knowledge. German Shepherds are meant to represent law enforcement, military personnel too. And so what was going on is they're monitoring these lockers all throughout the week. throughout the month. Like a lot of times, there's police that come there a lot, and they open lockers, they check lockers for drugs, for contraband of some sorts, for weapons, for bombs, for things that are going to be harmful to other students and faculty at Strong Junior High Middle School from Melvindale, Michigan. This is a different kind of a school than Riverview, Michigan. I can understand the rivalries from wrestling and other, parts of the history. I knew some of the very special people, Mr. Ash of the Downriver Raiders, the football semi-professional coach. I knew him personally sometimes at school. I knew Mr. Kevorkian, the wrestling, was a coach or wrestler. Mr. Barry, I knew him, wrestling coach. Now, these are people I remember. I knew his son. I still remember his son. Like to know his son again, but like this is my history from This is all coming from Melvindale, Michigan. This Shenmue a lot. I know they're changing Melvindale a lot, but like this is the problem here. They should not change it so much because I'm Ryuzuki. I came from this community called Melvindale, Michigan. It's not a community. It's a city. It's a small city with a big heart, they say, like the Melvindale Cardinals, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that in a way. You know. So like okay. So there's a lot of information and I know, about this Melvindale and that, but like how much more am I gonna say? Like let me just try to drop that now for now. So this is what Jin Kazama. Let me briefly explain this. Everything I own about my history is what made Shenmue. See, this is what made Shenmue. Now, what else made Shenmue? Me watching Bloodsport. I used to have, I might still have a copy. I might have another copy, or some copy of a Bloodsport Kickboxer 1 and 2. I recorded on VHS. Might have it. It might have been stolen. Might have been moved around from this house when I was working at the DTW airport. I remember family asking me, do I want this? Do I want that? When I'm working at the DTW airport. Yeah, there's these girls I used to know in school, and they're like, well, let's just try to excuse them. Your country can give me some things, maybe. You're Polish, I know you are. That's okay. No, I'm not trying to offend Poland, but I know what happened in my history somewhat, and well, that country doesn't want to say much about what some of the people are like that represent their country, unless you're Irish or American, but I don't know what to say. So that's just why I've got to say the truth here. So now how to explain it. There's good Polish people. It's like I've met good ones. It's like any other race of people. There are good Polish people. There's bad Polish people. Like Shenmue, not all Chinese people are bad. And not all Hispanic or Spanish people are bad. Not all American people are bad. Not all European people are bad. Not all African American people or people from Jamaica or whatever the hell. If they're purple people eaters, not all clowns are bad. Not all circus acrobats are bad people. We're all different people. Some of us have talent. Some of us have to acquire talent. Some of us are good at things. Some of us are not good at things. So we're all different people. And we can do things or we can not do things. We have to teach ourselves or we have to learn from somebody assisting us. So giving this knowledge, there's good people and there's bad people in the world. There's only two kinds of people, good or bad. The Ugly. It was like a Western movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Good people are ugly. Bad people are ugly. Good people are good looking. Good people are ugly. Bad people are better looking. I don't know what to say. It's just different, knowledge has to be known from your own research. That's the cursive S. That's how I study. That's how I sign my last name in cursive. Oh, just saying that. Okay. I don't like that it's in red. You know why I don't like that it's in red? This is what they're not saying. I'm talking about the undead Noid. Let's not put Shenmue in red. This is why. Now, this is what the teachers didn't want to say because I guess they didn't understand me, maybe. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Again, or just one time only. How am I going to say that? Okay, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Why is the sign in red? Tell me. Okay, so now the S is kind of like that. In a way, I could make it like that, but like I didn't make it like that. See, when I signed my name in red, there was a teacher that asked me to sign my name in red. I'm not wanting to make him look, how to explain it. There's like a misunderstanding about what this Shenmue represents, and if I wanted to claim it, if I didn't want to claim it, nobody really knew. So, they didn't know what to do. So they said, well, sign your name in red. Now, this is a Korean martial art. Undead Noid. So I'm a dead person. So then Ryan Salazar is from the Philippines. He's an actor. He's on the internet. You can look him up. He's like a brother to me. I don't even know him, but I like to, even more than shake his hand, I like to even hug him like my brother. There's, how to say this? Filipino people, I've worked with them many times. I've known them at work, from the airport and other places, and they're like the best people I've ever met in my life. It seems they're really, really good people. Their country has like a poverty problem in some ways, but their people are very, very decent, very loving, good-hearted, down to earth. They're very spiritual people. There's so many phenomenal things about people from the Philippines. Even Korean people, they're really good people. But, you've got to go to these countries or find people like this to know people like this. So all these things happened in 1995. And this is the identification known as Bento Gand. See what I'm saying here? These are the things that made Shenmue in my room right here. These things are really expensive. This is what made Shenmue. So how to explain it? Shenmue Enhanced is my talent without training the right way, without being supported the right way. Without my royalties, you have Shenmue Enhanced. How to explain it? Without my royalties from this degree, you have Shenmue 3 Enhanced. And you have a crappy game. And they can talk to me about that through the Shenmue Dojo. I can tell you all about it. Because without my natural gift, without my trained talent from 1995, Shenmue 3 Enhanced is not going to be anything. And, okay, how to explain it? Shenmue 3, without my talent, it's terrible. That's what made the... Shenmue was only special to... How to explain it? Shenmue is special because of me. I made Shenmue special. Without me, it won't be special. It will never be special without me. Because it's my talent. It's my power. It's my key. I'm Ryu Hazuki. And that's what made Shenmue special. It's the powerful martial artist, the unique martial arts sensation who's spiritual. Like Corey Marshall. Now, how to explain it? I acknowledge he is the voiceover of Ryu Hazuki. Uh, Now he does. I don't know what kind of what the powers and how he represents Shenmue in some ways, but like this is something about myself a lot. That's my talent. I did all the moves in 1995. I created the Hazuki style. So I want to know Corey Marshall. I'm thinking like, would it be a good idea to know him, to like bond with him and his family? Maybe that's a good idea, but like I don't know how to go about this sometimes because I did these things, but they have not officially acknowledged me in the Shenmue Dojo. YS.net has not yet officially acknowledged me, and how to say this too. I know all about the disclaimer. I hate to poop on everyone's party here about Shenmue, but this is what I did. These are my creative works. You're not gonna just get a fighting style. So how to say this? From the movie Ong Bak, it reminds me of this monkey roll drop. If you follow Kenjito Master, monkey roll drop. I was actually sparring against this Don. Okay, the other Dons asked me to. There's a guy. He reminds me of the likeness of Axel Stone from Streets of Rage. The light blue headband would give it away, right? And the blonde hair, yeah. So I don't know him anymore, but I always remembered him. What happened? I felt terrible after this day. It's in the beginning of our training, somewhat. So I'm sparring against this Don, and I ran up. How to explain it? They asked me to put him in an armbar. Now I felt kind of bad because, like, let's see how to say this. I guess you can put somebody in an armbar in different ways. Now I put him in an armbar from fighting stance. So what happened? I put him in an armbar. I ran up his. I went up to him. I just put him in an armbar. I didn't know what to do, so I ran up his leg and around his body. Maybe I don't know what to do. I didn't know how to do an armbar at the time, so I ran up his body like Ong Bak, and then I took him down, put him in the armbar. I didn't know how to do it because they weren't really telling me the right way to do it, but I mean maybe I did. See, I did it the right way, but the way I did it was pretty crazy. I ran up him and I put him in an armbar, and then he went into submission. He tapped out. That's an armbar. He took him to the ground. Look for monkey roll drop on Kenjito Master. That's what. So how to explain it? I proved an armbar. So I proved that this is my own jiu-jitsu system. This Hazuki style is what I'm trying to explain here. That's my own jiu-jitsu system, this Hazuki style. I created all this. I'm the founder. I'm Ryu Hazuki. See how that's cursive S? See how that's not cursive S? Version 3. See that? There's a difference here. Shenmue 3 needs a lot of improvement. It was not directed by me. Also, like a co-director. How to explain it? I didn't officially also direct Shenmue. So that's like for Shenmue 3 is what I'm saying. I'm how to really explain this too. I'm not saying that I directed Shenmue 1 and 2, but I am saying that okay, so I didn't direct Shenmue 1 and 2, but there's my likeness and there's my moves and my fighting style in 1 and 2. Now you notice how Shenmue 1 and 2 are really cool installments of this Shenmue. And Shenmue 3 is terrible. The fight choreography, Ryuzuki looks like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I mean, he's like never going to win in any fight to me. Shenmue 3 is so horrible. But that's because, you know, that's not me who's making the game, or how to explain it. It's not me being used the right way to make this video game. So if you look me up online, it does claim I'm a fight choreographer and I'm a martial artist. Now, it has yet to be made official through YSNet, through Sega, that I am all these things. And also there's Jin Kazama's over 300 billion US dollars. Jin Kazama, this is something they use, red and black. You notice that? Well, this is something that I've got more things that made Jin what he is too in my history here. But like, I'm Jin Kazama I'm the intellectual property likeness and net worth. So how to explain it? I did all these moves. Some of these moves are like Ryuzuki's moves. There's Kyokushin in Shenmue. It's also for Jin. I did the moves. They use those moves. It's my likeness. It's my intellectual property for Bandai Namco, Tekken. Also, I'm inspired by Jean-Claude Van Damme. So this is like a ninjutsu movie, Bloodsport. It's a Su art, ninjutsu. Su art means you earn your respect on your own from your teachers, on your own. You prove it. You earn it. It's different from a Do art degree. Do art degree means you take a test, you pass the test on your martial arts testing. That's Do art certification. Su art certification is beyond that. It goes beyond just learning the required minimal martial art material, whatever. So it goes beyond Do art to learn just from a test, to pass a test. It also means every time you earn your degree, you'll also have earned the respect of your masters, your teacher, or whatever. And so I did all these things that I'm talking about with 1 degree, and this degree is missing the one with a Kanagawa background wave, not just the one with royalties, the one that gave me royalties, but the Hazuki house, that's my house. The Japanese vintage toys. It was funny, I remember the joke, those are your toys, Ryan. That's kind of funny because I didn't really remember that as much as the other claims after I lost my memory or whatever. But like, yeah, that's from like I'm just saying that out of a memory and context also. Okay, so like those Japanese vintage toys were supposed to be my toys, but that's something that's like a scandal. It's something that I was supposed to be informed about. It's something that I kind of am concerned about. The people I used to know, this girl, you know, it's like Lucy in the Sky, like the Beatles song, Lucy in the Sky. So the Beatles, they sing that also. Yeah, and nobody would tell me about this Shenmue. So these people that knew about this, they didn't want to say nothing. And that's my power, that's my talent. I proved all the moves for Shenmue, the Mud Spider, the Dragon Spin. I proved, what else? The 3 kick strings, I do that today, 1 and 2 versions. I proved the tornado kick. The tornado kick I did that year was a lot more powerful, a lot more talented and better looking. I created the tornado kick. And you know, these days I'm doing Guizhang's moves of my teacher also. I created my own kip up, long range, these for Tekken. Okay. So there's a lot I proved and did that year. Just saying the truth about these claims about Shenmue and my video game history, how I did these things. So I'm almost at 55 minutes, 6 seconds away. There's a lot to know. There's a lot to maybe not talk about at times. And thank you, everyone. This is Retro Hazuki 81.